The Christmas Wish. That Santa knew, once upon a time, in a cozy little town, there lived a boy named Oliver. Oliver loved Christmas more than anything in the world. He loved the twinkling lights on the trees, the sweet smell of gingerbread cookies baking in the oven, and the sound of carolers singing in the streets. But most of all, he loved the magic of Santa Claus. Every year, Oliver would write his letter to Santa, asking for the one thing he wanted most. But this year was different. Oliver had an idea. He wanted to trick Santa. He had heard from his friends that Santa could read every letter perfectly and always knew exactly what children wanted. Oliver thought, what if I could outsmart Santa? That night, as the snow gently fell outside his window, Oliver sat at his desk with a pencil and a piece of paper. He thought for a moment, then began writing his letter. Dear Santa, he wrote, I would like a toy car and a teddy bear this Christmas. I hope you can bring them for me. Thank you. Love, Oliver. But just as he was about to seal the envelope, a little voice inside him said, Wait, what if Santa already knows I want a toy car and a teddy bear? Maybe I should ask for something else, something that's harder to guess. So Oliver quickly opened the envelope again and scribbled down a new request. Dear Santa, I would like a new soccer ball and a toy spaceship. I've wanted them for a long time. Thank you. Love, Oliver. Oliver smiled to himself. Now that should trick Santa. He folded the letter carefully, placed it in an envelope, and slipped it under his pillow, ready to be sent to the North Pole. Santa will never guess what I really want. That night, as the house grew quiet and everyone else fell asleep, Oliver lay in his bed, wide awake. His heart raced as he thought about Santa's visit. He imagined Santa sneaking into his room, carefully placing the gifts under the tree, and maybe even eating the cookies he had left for him. But as the hours passed, Oliver began to feel a little unsure. What if I'm wrong? What if Santa knows exactly what I'm up to? He closed his eyes, trying to drift to sleep, but he couldn't shake the feeling that something magical was about to happen. Suddenly, Oliver heard a soft jingle. His eyes shot open, and there, standing at the foot of his bed, was Santa Claus. Santa was dressed in his red suit, with his big white beard and twinkling eyes. He held a sack full of presents over his shoulder, and his boots made little tapping sounds on the floor. Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas, Oliver! Santa boomed in a warm, friendly voice. Oliver froze for a moment, staring at Santa. He had never seen him so close before. Then, remembering his plan, Oliver quickly smiled and said, Santa, I hope you got my letter. Santa chuckled and gave him a wink. Oh, I did, Oliver. I read it carefully. Oliver felt a rush of excitement. Santa doesn't know the truth. I tricked him. But then Santa leaned forward, his eyes twinkling with a knowing smile. I see you've been very clever this year, trying to trick me with your letter, Santa said, his voice full of warmth. But do you know what? I always know exactly what children want. Oliver blinked. You do? Yes, Santa replied with a chuckle. You see, I don't just read the letters. I listen to what's in your heart, and I can always tell what will make you happiest. Oliver was confused. But how did you know? Santa smiled kindly and sat down next to the bed. Well, Oliver, your letter was filled with very nice requests. Soccer balls, toy spaceships, and all sorts of wonderful things. But I can tell that what you really wanted wasn't just any toy. What you really wanted was a special gift. A gift that only comes when we truly believe in the magic of Christmas. Oliver's eyes widened. Santa knew what he really wanted? He suddenly felt a little embarrassed. But how could you know that, Santa? I didn't ask for it in the letter. Santa chuckled again and patted Oliver's head. I know, Oliver, but Christmas isn't just about getting presents. It's about the love, the joy, and the magic we share. And I knew that what you really wanted was something that couldn't be wrapped in paper. Oliver's heart filled with warmth as he listened to Santa's words. He had wanted to trick Santa, but now he understood. It wasn't about the toys or the surprises. It was about believing in the magic of Christmas. Santa smiled and stood up, his sack of presents glowing with a soft golden light. I think you're going to be very happy with your gifts this year, Oliver. Merry Christmas to you, and remember to always keep the magic in your heart. With a final wink, Santa turned and disappeared out the door, leaving behind the faint sound of jingling bells and the scent of peppermint. The next morning, when Oliver woke up, he ran to the living room to find presents neatly placed under the tree. There, among the gifts, was a soccer ball and a toy spaceship. But there was also something else, a small golden bell, shining with a soft glow. Oliver picked it up and smiled, feeling the warmth of Christmas fill his heart. He didn't need to trick Santa after all. The best gifts were the ones that came from believing in the magic of the season. And from that day on, Oliver knew that the real secret of Christmas was not in the presents, but in the love and joy we share with those around us.